Hey, this is Matt Reisinger, the Reisinger Homes. Welcome to my video blog on green building and building science. I'm here on one of my remodeling jobs. We just added a couple hundred square feet to this homeowner's upstairs. We did a family room addition, and Mike Walsh from Walsh Painting just spray painted all of my doors. And I'm actually here with both Mike and Clement from Clements Paint and Arrow Paint. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, I wanted to talk this morning quickly about the differences between oil-based paint, which you use traditionally on a lot of woodwork and trim and cabinets, and a latex-based, which is a water-based semi-gloss product, which is really seems to be a much more modern replacement for old oil bases. Clement, I'm hearing word that my builder brethren in California are no longer even able to buy an oil-based paint. Is that correct?
That is correct, and it's slowly moving eastward. Oil-based paints are high in VOCs. That is a volatile organic compound that harms the ozone, terrible to smell. So the government is doing away with it slowly but surely.
So what you're telling me is that new paint smell that everyone loves, the smell of fresh paint, in reality that's not very good for you, is that right?
Totally bad for you.
Yeah.
Should not be inhaling those fumes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so now that we know how bad it is for us, let's talk about a couple other reasons why people should really move towards a latex-based semi-gloss for their trim or for their cabinetry. Mike, from your perspective, what's the difference in working with an oil-based versus a latex-based paint that you're going to spray?
Well, traditionally, I've always used oil-based. It does have a harder finish. It's easier to sand in between coats, but having to deal with all the waste from the paint thinner and also from breathing the toxic fumes, and having to wear respirators, and the drying time. It takes overnight for it to dry before you can put another coat on. Whereas with latex, the latexes that are available today have evolved to the point where they lay out almost as well as an oil-based product.
Yeah, look at this door that Mike just sprayed here a little bit ago. It's just looking shiny and perfect. Look at that. Looks awesome.
Yeah, in the past, the oil-based would be harder to work with and not leave as nice of a finish, but today's products are far superior than those in the past. I used the EcoSpec, which is a no VOC latex semi-gloss paint on these doors over a white primer, and in just one coat over the primer, this covered this well. So
yeah, that's great.
I'm very pleased with the product.
That's fantastic. And can you tell us, Clement, a little bit about the price differences between a latex and an oil-based, both on the paint and also if you could speak towards the cleanup side of the job as well, that'd be great.
Okay, well, as a rule, you're going to have about 40% less price for a latex product than an oil-based. As far as cleanup, it's just water. You just use soapy water to clean up a latex. Whereas with an oil-based product, you're going to have to use paint thinners, and then you're going to have to try to figure out, well, how do I dispose of these paint thinners? I don't want to harm the environment.
Right.
So,
in a responsible manner.
Absolutely.
Rather than the homeowner's front yard or the storm sewer.
And you certainly don't want to do that. It goes into our water systems.
And the recycling centers don't take contractors' waste.
Yeah.
Which is really detrimental, I think, to the environment, because if you think of all the low-budget painters out there that can't afford to dispose of their products, their paint thinners properly.
You're right, Mike. These waste disposal places will not take a contractor's waste because it's a very small amount as a rule. But it's not so small that it doesn't harm the environment. A lot of times that means they're forcing the contractors to dump all this waste into our groundwaters and into people's backyards.
Yeah, or really you're not paying attention to what's happening is really what we're saying. So That's one of the things I like about this Latex Based Paint is not only am I not exposing my homeowners and my clients to those volatile organic compounds, but I'm not exposing Mike to it either. I mean, frankly, Mike's a great painter. His crew does a great job in my houses. I want him around for a long time, and I want him healthy as well. And I don't want him to have the dilemma of figuring out how to dispose of products that are being used on my job sites. So it really is the future is not using oil-based paints. At some point, it's likely going to be mandated here in Austin, Texas. I'm telling you, if you're a builder or a remodeler or a homeowner, we should just be moving to that right now. I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't be using latex-based paints on all our jobs, whether it's flat for our walls, matte finish for walls, or a semi-gloss for a trim, woodwork, or cabinet. Any closing thoughts? Anything I missed on this topic, guys?
This product dries very quickly. I just painted this an hour ago.
Wow.
And it's already dry to the touch, and I can second coat it if needed.
And if that was an oil-based paint, how would that
I
compare?
would have to wait till this time tomorrow for it to dry completely.
Wow.
In order to put a second coat on.
That probably makes a big difference in terms of dust in the air and potential finish issues when you've got a paint that takes that long to dry too. Is that right, Mike?
That's right, yeah. Less chance for those little gnats to get into your white paint.
Yeah.
And, or dust to land on it and destroy the finish.
Well, guys, thank you so much. I think we learned a lot about the difference between oil-based and latex-based. And if you're in Austin, Texas, make sure you go visit Clement at one of both his stores. We've recently switched to the Benjamin Moore EcoSpec that Clement sells, and we've really liked it. It's a great product. So thanks for joining me today, guys. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you, Matt.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.